Hi, I'm Connor Mead, and I'm here today at the 2016 Canadian Science Policy Conference with Dr. Julie Kafley, who's the Senior Vice President of Policy and Partnerships with the Public Policy Forum. So, Julie, thank you so much for joining us. To start off, can you tell us a little bit about Public Policy Forum? What makes it important and what makes it unique?
Yeah, absolutely. The Public Policy Forum was created about 30 years ago. It was created by a group of federal deputy ministers who actually went out for a meeting with some energy CEOs in Calgary and realized that they needed to get out of Ottawa a bit more often. And so we focus on breaking down barriers between leaders from different sectors. So voices from the public sector, from private sector, academia, scientific community, labor unions, associations, nonprofit organizations, really having some of those difficult discussions around important issues. We're strictly nonpartisan, so we look at mid to long-term policy issues, and often we'll get out of the way when things get too political.
Cool. Sounds good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your role at the Public Policy Forum and some of your goals and what you're trying to achieve right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Public Policy Forum has a new president. So under the leadership of Ed Greenspon, we're looking at creating new partnerships with government. Obviously, the policy landscape is changing quite differently. We work a lot with the federal government and also all of the provinces and territories, many municipalities, and helping to advance policy dialogue with different levels of government, Indigenous governments as well as an example. So we have some key work in the area of democracy and governance, also looking at the social and economic determinants of growth, energy and the environment, Indigenous issues, the future of work, so quite a broad range of areas that are really important for the future of our country.
Fantastic. So what do you think are some of the most pressing challenges in science communication and policy communication that we're facing in the medium and long term?
Well, I think a lot of the challenges are actually related to public confidence and the fact that people will believe what they want to believe. The whole question of trust that we talked about a lot this morning, the whole role of politics, policy, and science and how they interplay together, and I guess the messiness of that whole process. And we're doing this interview on the day of the U.S. election, and you can't ignore a lot of the discussions that have been happening at our neighbors to the south, and the whole process of what is trusted, the trust that we have in government or that we don't have in government, and the trust similarly within the scientific community. People will believe what they want to believe in many circumstances, and that can be quite dangerous for a country. Mm-hmm.
So how do you think we overcome that trend towards people living in their own bubble and picking and choosing their own evidence on a case-by-case basis?
It's a real challenge, and I don't think there's any easy answer. I think it's important more now than ever for scientists to communicate clearly, to communicate in a language that the general public can understand, to communicate through many different sources, through social media, through many different ways, in order to reach out to that public and to hear from the academic community, and to communicate, to listen, and to help to simplify and to understand a lot of the complexity and portray that to our population, I think is very important.
Fantastic. So my last question for our viewers at home, where can they go to learn more about your work?
So the Public Policy Forum, obviously you can go to our website, ppforum.ca. We do work right across the country, and we're active on social media in many different ways. We've got all of our reports and everything is available online, and we'd love to engage scientists and the academic community in all of our discussions, because it's a key voice that needs to be at the table.
Fantastic. Dr. Kafley, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Okay, thank you.